In motion design, as well as traditional animation, we tend to build up anticipation by using a method called undershoot. In order to understand what an undershoot is, you can try and stand up from the chair you're sitting on right now. You'll see before you stand up, you'll pull yourself down to build up momentum, then you stand up. Or if you imagine kicking a ball, you wouldn't just kick the ball, you'd first go back a little bit, then you'd kick the ball. So going back there is the undershoot, and it's quite a common thing in animation. So let me show you how it works. In order to see what's happening, I'm going to start with the scale set to not 0%, but something slightly higher. And I can do this by clicking on this keyframe here, the first keyframe, and then I can drag this up, and changing the vertical position of this will actually change the value. So if I do this, around about 50% maybe. If I now go back, it will start about half the size of the original size, then it will reach 100%. If I play it now, you'll see it doesn't start from 0, it starts from about 50%. You can be precise if you wanted to by just going and typing the numbers here as well. Right now, this should be fine. Now, before it starts growing, before it starts increasing on the scale, I want this to go shrink a little bit, then grow. And to do that, I'm going to have to click on this handle here, and I want this to go in the negative direction, so I need to drag this down. So I'm going to click and then drag this down. And what's happening now is from 50, I'm going to go a little bit further. From 50, it comes down to about 40%, then it shoots up. So if you have a look at this now, look. So from 50, it scales down, then it scales up. That here is called an undershoot. So if I play this in real time now, this is what it looks like. And in order to make this look more organic, I need to do the same for the rotation as well. So I'm going to go to rotation. And this time, it's rotating in the negative direction. So before it rotates in the negative direction, I need to pull this up. So it rotates in the positive direction first, so clockwise, then it rotates down. So let me select this keyframe, and then I'll lift the handle up a little bit. And you can now see it goes from 0 degrees up to about 15, 16 degrees, then it comes down. If I play this now, you see as it scales down, it rotates clockwise. Then as it scales up, it starts rotating counterclockwise because this graph here is going down now. So going down means it goes counterclockwise, going up means it goes clockwise. So let's have a look at that again. So this is what an undershoot is. And the overshoot is the exact opposite. If I go back to my scale keyframes, I can go to the last keyframe here. And usually when I want to select a keyframe, instead of actually clicking on it, I tend to click outside and then draw a rectangle around it. And that way I'm sure that I'm not actually moving the keyframe around by mistake. So I'll select the keyframe, and instead of coming up to 100%, I'll tell it to go higher than 100%, then come back down to 100%. So if I click on this handle and drag this up, maybe about there. And if I now move my cursor over this red line, I can see now it's about 107%. Maybe I can go a little bit more. So maybe somewhere here. That's about 110% now. So here's what it will look like now. So if I go and play this, you'll see that it will scale up to 100% round about here. Then it continues to scale up. Then it scales back down. So that's going to be an overshoot. So have a look. Again, to make this look more organic and interesting, I need to do the same for rotation as well. So I'm going to go rotation and select the rotation keyframe just by doing a marquee selection. And in this case, I'm going to go below 180. Then it comes back to 180. So if I play this back now, you'll see that we have an undershoot as well as an overshoot.